Hi everyone, I just wanted to backtrack on these lies because I've been doing some research for my upcoming live on the R. Kelly case and the sexual abuse on these young ladies, and I thought let me look at a few interviews of Aaliyah. As I said before, you see a different character of him with Aaliyah and with, well, it's an example of him being with one of the young ladies and how he acts with them, and he acts different to this R. Kelly persona we see on stage, which I'm going to discuss a little bit in the live. But I just wanted us to backtrack on these interviews because there's a news article out now that says that R. Kelly has admitted to marrying Aaliyah at 15. So watch these few clips that I have to show you, and I'll be back with the article and a news report of this, and then I will show you on BBC 3 where someone interviewed someone who was close with R. Kelly, and he explains that he also knew that she was married at 15, but it also can be used against him when we look at the interviews I'm about to show you of him and Aaliyah and the lies. Pay attention to how they lie, then connect that with how other people are lying right now and the manipulation that unfolds.
Clear something up, because you know I've been getting a rundown on the street. Everybody seems to think that y'all are either girlfriend or boyfriend or cousins or friends. let's just get the record straight.
I better go get me a white Jeep.
Well, no, we're not related at all. No, we're not. We're just very close. He's my best friend.
Yeah, cool.
Now who found her?
In the whole wide world.
I found Leah. As a matter of fact, Barry Hankerson, my manager, who's her uncle, told me to go up to Detroit and hear her sing. Once I got up to Detroit, I didn't have to hear her sing because she was glowing. I knew she had it. As soon as she started singing, that verified it. And from there, we became here, and everything is all good.
Mm-hmm. Is Aaliyah your real deal with this R. Kelly thing going on?
Okay, everybody. Unfortunately, it's business. People are going to talk, and you really can't control what people are going to say. So I'm here to let all of you know that I am not married. I'm not Aaliyah Kelly. I'm Aaliyah. So right here, let you know.
Was he married to Aaliyah when she was 15?
He was married to her when she was 15. Elvis was married to Priscilla.
But so then 15 is not of the age of legal consent, right? I mean...
Right, except that my understanding is that she did not claim to be 15. And in order to get married, she had to lie about her age.
And he is saying that he had no idea.
No idea.
Okay, so you've seen those video clips that I wanted to show you, especially the news article that I wanted to show you. But you saw Aaliyah and R. Kelly being interviewed. And Aaliyah acts very sweet and innocent, and R. Kelly is also very sweet, which we don't normally see in interviewing on stage. It's a very different persona of women grabbing his crotch and things like that. Also, you saw the lawyer try to defend him with this, well, Elvis Presley was married a 15-year-old. That makes no difference. Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, it don't make no difference. Wrong is wrong. You can see here that it says 1994. The same date that that interview was done, where he was sitting with Aaliyah on the sofa on the BET screen. Very interesting to see that contradiction. The fact that we now can see the manipulation at play. At the time, we may have believed it, but now we can see the lies. Now he has admitted to marrying Aaliyah at 15, and his lawyer has spoken out. The excuse doesn't make no sense either. You heard in the interview that R. Kelly said himself that Aaliyah's uncle was his manager at the time, and that's how they was introduced to each other. So he must have known her age. She was 12 at the time, which is scary when we see the surviving R. Kelly series, and that a 17-year-old, went to the hotel and had sex with him on the same day. So I can only imagine what he did to Aaliyah. But 15, yes, he married her at 15. You will now see this, his colleague at the time admit that he was even at the wedding. So this did happen.
When it came to sex, it was sex to Robert.
Despite the age.
If a girl was in a room and she had a big booty, she had a big booty. If she was 15 or 20, she had a big booty to him. Period.
One man who was very close to R. Kelly at the time is Rocky Bivens. Rocky became R. Kelly's personal business manager in '96 and was his right-hand man for the next 14 years.
Was she old enough to understand what she was involved in? I probably don't think so.
Were they having a sexual relationship?
I never saw them have a sexual relationship, you know. I mean, and I have no reason to lie. I've never seen Robert and Aaliyah intimate. I mean, he never. Now, of course, I'm not naive because he was working on an album, but it was never a kiss. It was never a holding of a hand. It was always we were all together.
Now, Rocky says that he never saw any sexual behaviour with underage girls with R. Kelly while he was there with R. Kelly. He never saw anything. But you just heard him say that if he saw a young girl that had what he liked, he would have sex with them. So you must have seen something, or you must have had the idea that he was doing that to say that. This is a little bit of a backtrack, but you'll hear in a minute why. It's all about loyalty, which I have a video on, okay? But he does believe that these things happen, but he can't say because of loyalty.
Did Aaliyah make you ask questions? I suppose she was like, you know,
yeah, I mean, I did question it within myself, but like, he never did anything inappropriate in front of me. I've never seen an underage girl with Robert Kelly, and I've been right next to him. That's how clever he is, if what people are saying is true.
Here I think you see a little bit of justification for his circumstance of being in the hands of a star manipulator, and this is none of his fault, but he's justifying in his mind why he didn't see or why he didn't react when he should have, because people are now putting people down for not reacting. I think he did know a little bit, but I don't think he realised how serious the situation was. And this is him defending his position.
Were there ever any times that you were like, oh, this woman looks kind of young and he's...
No, there have been several times where I've had to say, like, you know, no, that's not going to happen, you know, because of the age of the person. So
it seems like you may perhaps think that what people are saying is true based on your experience with him.
I'm not going to say that, you know, I don't believe what has happened. You know what I'm saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire, you know? But I do say that if Robert hasn't been physically caught, or if nobody has hardcore evidence, who am I to judge or to say, no, that was him or you did wrong?
Is he a pedophile?
So with Rocky, personally, I think you see a little bit of a loyalty game here, where he has been around R. Kelly for a long time. Maybe R. Kelly has done a lot for him, and therefore he has a loyalty to keep, which I think is pretty sad of us as humans. We do it all the time, especially with celebrities. We make excuses for their behaviour because we don't want to lose that attachment. And really, it's an attachment to a character. They're completely different in real life. But this is a type of loyalty where he feels that he will betray him by saying certain things. You can see it, especially as we go along. But he does admit that he has seen funny behaviour. But then says, I haven't really seen him do anything with any young... He doesn't really want to say. Loyalty is a powerful control mechanism, especially with people who deal with manipulation and predators, psychopaths. It's something you see a lot in connection to them.
Well, let me ask you this, because it would be wrong if I was to call him a pedophile if he's sick. And I'm saying, if I was to call him, now would he be clinically, or what's the terminology, deemed as a pedophile, by definition? Yes.
It's very interesting when he talks about the fact that he is a paedophile. He can't doubt that he is a paedophile, even though he hasn't seen anything concrete. He says that he does maybe believe the girls on what they're saying because of things that he has seen, which is a slight contradiction. But I'm not blaming this man for anything. He's just kind of protecting himself a little bit. But he talks about the definition of paedophilia. Now, anyone else in a prison that is currently in jail for crimes on underage children, we don't look at them like this. But when they're celebrities, we go, oh, well, let's make up an excuse because there's other things they've done for us. I don't care if this man saved my life. If he's a paedophile, that's disgusting. It doesn't matter. Also, the fact that he is making excuses, that is a type of manipulation put on him from R. Kelly. R. Kelly makes sure that certain people don't see certain behaviour. Like I said, he has different characters which he only shows specifically to different people. If you haven't watched the series, a lot of them speak of certain people can't speak to each other. Certain people can't mix with each other. He's very particular with how he allows people to connect within his group. Certain people do not see certain sides of this man. He's very calculated.
Did R. Kelly marry Aaliyah? Yes or no?
Did R. Kelly marry Aaliyah? Can you marry somebody that's underage?
Okay, was there a ceremony involving R. Kelly and Aaliyah?
Yes.
And you were there?
Was I there? I gotta try again.
I mean, I think...
I heard it was a ceremony, yes.
I suppose if you were there...
Okay.
Why are you worried to say?
I'm not worried to say. Like I said, my loyalty is to a person who changed my life, right?
Well, all I can say is thank you for your honesty.
Man, I appreciate it.
Were you at the wedding? You were? Okay. He's just, you know, for the first time ever, confirmed that he was at Aaliyah's wedding with R. Kelly, and that ceremony did take place. He was there. Bloody hell.